right, hello everyone. I'm gonna put my camera here. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, it's 8:31, and I'm gonna turn up the volume here. Okay. Just let me know if you can hear me. I have a bit of stuffiness in my left ear. I think it's allergies. I don't know how allergies can happen when I swear we woke up to snow this morning. Was it this morning? Yesterday morning? And very cold today. And but that ended up being a nice day. I was just waiting anxiously for spring, but I guess we all are. And yeah, let's just keep waiting. So anyway, if you can hear me okay, so I really can't hear great out of one ear. Okay, I said that already. Gonna let it go. It feels like my voice feels very like hearing your own voice is such a weird thing, and it feels like I'm just talking to myself right now. Okay, a few things for today. We are going to talk about compassionate action. It's really neat because when I go into meditation, I come back with these, like, I don't know, just ideas. And then, there's a few other people I kind of listen and chat to, and they're using the same words. I'm like, where did you hear that? Like, where are we hearing that? And this happened a long time ago with like I guess it was beginning of COVID, and I was when I was like working on people, I kept hearing ask for master light. There's a new like energy on earth, the new energy, ask for master light. And so I started calling it master light, but then all that term started coming up all over the world. People are using master light, the new energy, this and that. So it's really neat. It's like an inventor. Like we're all tapped in. So we all have the ability to tap in. So we have this collective consciousness, we have infinite intelligence. And when we're in that high five, and anyone can get there, sometimes we know that feeling when we feel inspired and great things. Well, that's how inventors get these great ideas. And this is how musicians have pieces of music download, and they're playing beautiful music. And like, okay, where's it coming from? Apparently, and I don't know this 100% fact, but apparently the Wright brothers who created flight, there was another team in another country just a few days behind them because they also got that same download of information. So we are in a really neat place where all this new information is coming in. And I truly believe I am not an inventor. I have my gifts, and I am not, I'm not that creative with music and things like that, but I believe there are some people right now on this planet who are receiving really cool inventions to help humanity move forward in a very safe, positive way. And I also feel there's this call in people's heart for love, peace, and compassion. And, it's, I don't really flow into what's happening in the 3D world, but I kind of go in and out of it. And and I kind of listening to everything, I try to look at all viewpoints and kind of get the whole of everything. And what I'm seeing from kind of like a very broader view, standing back and watching, is there's the normal play of what's said to the mainstream media, but behind the scenes, there are countries who are working so hard to maintain peace, keep the peace, and like their messages are so strong. Like, wake up, world. We're not going to fight. We're not coming in. We're not going to do this. We are promoting peace. Let's talk, because talking and words can heal so much. So, if it depends what you're tuning into. So, if you tune into a lot of different things, because I know it can be confusing because there's so much out there. And then I say, okay, don't tune into things. So, like, what do you do? And I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's really a personal choice. But it's almost like I started tuning in, listening to all this different stuff, and then I lost my hearing. And I'm just like, okay, so I think that's a sign that I'm going to tap out of it a little bit more. But I've managed to keep my vibration high. I've managed to send love. And this is where I want to talk about today is compassionate action. Because with everything going on, how do we can feel so helpless, right? I mean, we're most of us are living kind of comfortable lives. We have shelter, we're eating, our families are safe, and then we worry and we think about other people. Some of us have family in places that aren't so in a good places right now, things like that. So how can I be okay with my life when I know other people's are suffering. So it's kind of this fine line. And I'm gonna say the best, most positive thing you can do is stay in your light, stay happy, stay in peace, because you are helping more than you know. You're helping your loved ones, you're helping the collective of humanity, you're helping Mother Earth. There is this beautiful light on this planet, and it's this new energy, and I can feel it when I'm working with clients. It's fabulous, it's exciting. And you know, was I don't know, I heard this a few times the last little bit. It's like, Brenda, when you're doing your like a Reiki's old energy, and okay, Reiki is timeless. It's timeless. And we're like radio stations. So when I used to do Reiki, say 10, 12 years ago, when I started, I was tapped into the energy that was available. But as you work and you're doing things, you kind of change your frequency to what's available. So as this new energy is coming in, and if you are a conduit and you want to bring in the strongest love and light, well, you're as you're asking and you're in that, that receiving mode, well, maybe I'm not dialed here anymore. I'm dialed to the new energy that's now available on earth, and it's just flowing through, so everything's more intense. And clients are noticing the intensity, and I get a lot of feedback from these calls. The intensity is just wow. It's this new energy that's available on earth, and it's there to help people heal. So we're healing our personal dramas, our personal perspectives, our limiting beliefs, the dualness between all of us. We all have dark and light. And a lot of this cleansing, this healing we're going through is personal. But as you're healing, you're also adding to the collective. So the tip that I would give today is keep working on you. Never give up on you. You wake up in the morning and you put your feet on the ground and you say, today is going to be a beautiful day. I am going to make a difference in my life. I'm going to make a difference for others. I'm going to smile. I'm going to hold the light instead of waking up and say, oh, another day, because that sets the tone. And a lot of clients, like not just clients, people, me, all of us, even though we're healing, there's all so much happening in our quantum field. What's next is our viewpoints, our mental state, the way we look at things. And if we have, say, cleared away a lot of that crap, all that stuff that was bothering us, well, we still have the other part, which is okay, our nervous system remembers, our mind remembers. So if things are shifting in my life, and all my life things have been crappy, let's say, and now my life switched. So you always have this like doubt. Okay, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? You have this doubt. That is retraining the way you think. And that's where mindfulness, awareness comes in. So anytime I have a negative thought, I say, no, that negative thought is false. I am a piece of God. I am listening to the God within me. We all have that. And that's what's going to drive my day, not this negative stuff that wants to throw me off balance. No, I don't give it a second of my day. I will stop it. And it's I still get bothered by things. Like I got this, like seriously, my ear, it's not hurting, but it feels like I'm underwater on this side and I can hear on this side. It's frustrating. It's an irritation. So all day today, anytime I thought about it, I said, hey, left ear, whatever you're doing over there, this ear's working fine. Copy it, please, because I love all of you. And I don't say my ear's hurting. I say my whole body doesn't feel right. But you know what? Let's get that ear back in. Let's get my vibes back up. Let's get into that flow. So I'm constantly talking to myself. And then if I'm not talking to myself, I'm sending out love to everyone and everything. So I'm too busy to worry about the future, regret the past. I'm in the now. And I'm practicing to be in the now even more than ever before. Because what I realize is my life, to escape from my crappiness back in the day, I found a way, and that was to really move into this connection where I would ignore what's happening around me and be in this little bubble of love, right? But what I realize is I'm not paying attention to everything around me. So I am working very hard to pay attention to this 3D world, whether I like it or not. And I'm just going to hold my vibration. So I feel I'm at that, okay, I can do this. I can see really what's going on, kind of see, feel things, notice what's around me. And bizarre, I found patterns and things I've never seen before. And I'm just like, why, it's almost silly, like a cup I'm holding. I'm just like, oh my gosh, look at the pattern. I've been using this cup for like, I don't know, 3 months. I never noticed. My mom bought me these glasses with a really nice pattern because I just wasn't focusing on this 3D world. I'm always kind of like playing somewhere else, let's say. So we all are learning and growing and learning and growing, and we're adapting and shedding some of those bad habits we have and bringing in new things. So we're, as we're growing and we're trying to focus on us and holding our light, we got all this distraction coming from everywhere else, and we're like, how can I be loving life so much when there's so much suffering? What can I do to make people feel better? It doesn't feel right. It feels like almost unbalanced. And so there's compassionate action. So on top of my day, where I wake up setting affirmations for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my clients, for Mother Earth, for the world, for I just go on setting affirmations that things are going to get better and all that. I can feel it. This light working in the background is so, so powerful right now. So I know in my heart we're going into a very good place. And because I know it, I feel it, I can kind of like almost see what it looks like. It's like I could taste it. Then that gets me excited and it keeps me on track. But if I start to feel like, okay, we're in the midst of the crap, it's very uncomfortable. Okay, how am I gonna, when I start to feel like that teetering, like oh, I'm feeling the heaviness of the world, what I mean by compassionate action is I get into this place and I'm now thinking of something that I don't like and I'm sending love to that. And what does that mean? Like, how do I send love? If I'm not a healer, how do I send love? We all can send love. It's a positive thought. So let's say it could be a someone you're worried about just in Toronto, or our own problems in the GTA area, or it can be more global problems. Whatever's on your mind, you can list them all. You can, you know, you might have a friend who's in the hospital, or a family member who's not well. You think about that, and you just close your eyes and you say, I'm sending love to this person, because that love, those thoughts of love, I want them to heal, I want them to be comfortable, I want them to feel safe, and just send that love. It's all energetic, and they feel it. Like, they may not say, hey Brenda, I felt that today, thank you. No, it's not like that, but they do feel it at some level, and it does bring a peace to people when they are being sent this positive energy. So when we do the call with a healing part of the call today, we'll go in and we'll bring up some compassionate action. And out, I was thinking today is, I know there's a lot of people who are hurting, or family members are hurting. If you want to use the chat today to put in, may we send a special request to so and so, put that person's name in the chat, and maybe we all can just scroll down, just bring those names in our field, and we'll send them compassionate action. But then during that, we'll extend it to all of us, our families, and it will just make it bigger and bigger. But we can start with a list of people or yourselves that are feeling not so good. Because I do get a lot of people saying, oh, can you pray for this person or pray for that person? Of course, of course. And I always doing that kind of in the background, but we can all do it together. So again, you can use the chat for that if you feel comfortable. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can just think of that person as we're saying, or we're starting that part out. Right? So it's the compassionate action. The another thing I'd love everyone to know is that right now there's so much light on this planet, and we're like, okay, how do we feel it? Oh, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Right? But the neat thing is, give the light a chance. There's a lot of people who have physical problems who I've been saying, listen, I know I can see you being better, but I don't have a timeline to when. Don't give up on your body. Don't give up on your health. Don't give up on your mental state. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on anything like that, because it's happening. But we all have free choice. We have free choice to follow our heart, follow the good, or we have our choice to look at the doom and gloom and think we're a victim. And there is no way that I can say, hey, stop being a victim. That's it. Throw that poor me, this happened to me out the door and start living, because living is really our first soul mission. Living, loving life, sending love, holding love, enjoying this beautiful planet are the most important things. Then everything else falls into place. But how do you do that when you're not feeling great? Trust, know, and believe the light is there behind you. And if you ask and give permission for this light to do miracles, it will happen. What happens is there's a lot of stuff that's in our way. And okay, I can list like ancestral wounds, past life traumas, hexes. I can make this huge list, probably 1,000 items of all these things in our Akashic records, this and that are happening and bothering us. Karma, we don't have to understand it. This is the beauty of healing. And I know some people want to know some of that stuff, and it's okay, but you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And the reason I say that is I did it. And oh my gosh, I will never go down there again. It was probably one of the best learning lessons I've learned, but also one of the scariest things I've ever done. But it was a learning lesson, and I needed to do that to come on this side and say, wow, I've been there. And we don't have to know. What we do is simply ask this beautiful light within us, because human consciousness is the most powerful consciousness on this earth. And when you start to master your thought process and fill yourself with light and stay in that high vibe, you're mastering life and you're evolving into a beautiful being that can create almost whatever you want. And it's so beautiful because when you're creating in love, it creates more love. And it becomes very contagious, and you just want to do it all day. And you don't even want to sleep anymore. You just want to send love and do love and enjoy that momentum. And I know, like, sometimes I get really all excited, and today I'm not even feeling my highest vibe, but I still feel like really good. And I knew I was kind of like, okay, I'm looking at too many things here, and I'm very sensitive to that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ground this body of mine. I'm gonna love Mother Earth, ask her to bring all this beautiful energy into my heart, anchor me, because as I love myself, I'm healing Mother Earth. And as she's healing us. And we're all going back and forth. And so it's a personal thing, a personal ascension, but affects the whole. So keep at it. Know the light is there and give it a chance to prove itself. And it's really neat because a lot of people will say, no, that doesn't the way things work. You can't just ask for your karma to be dropped. You can't just ask for this energy that I feel that's always bothering me, or a pattern, to be dropped. In the old energy, you're right, you could not do that. In the new energy, yes, you can. And then people say, well, what's the process? How do I do it? How do I do it? You just ask. Just ask. I am Brenda, and my higher self, I love you. And my body, I love you. And I am here to move forward in this beautiful planet, in this beautiful reality I'm in. I'm going to create the best reality for me. And because of that, I am asking to drop any interference, any karma, anything that is holding me in a bad pattern. I'm asking it, I'm like giving permission for it, and I'm almost demanding that it just ends. You can use whatever word you want. If it may sound like craziness to you and you're not even going to say it, and that's okay. But I wake up every morning. I don't know if you have to say this every day, but lately it's just become part of my mantra in the morning that I'm dropping any interference. I'm here to hold the light for everyone as much as possible and for myself. And that's what I'm going to do. And it gives me that really good momentum to continue. And then adding that compassionate action. So when I get into that feeling, okay, am I doing enough? Am I don't, I'm feeling that pain in someone else. I'm going to think about them. I'm going to send them love. And you can simply just hold that person in your thought and just imagine them in white light, or just say, I'm sending them love. You don't have to know exactly what to say, but it's like sending a prayer. Just send them that, because it's magnified. And if, like, today we have some people putting some names there, and it can be for, you know, a person or a bunch of stuff. We'll read them and we'll go through them. And when we're sending that love out, what's happening? We're all sending it, so it's being magnified. So your thoughts matter, your positive thoughts matter. So when we're in this self-pity, you know, life's not fair, I didn't get that promotion, I didn't get that, my life sucks, that person's moving forward, I'm not, this, all that, that, just let it go. Just let it go. Because if someone's moving forward, then I always say, oh my God, that's fabulous. Look at someone's let, they broke through, they broke through all that crap that's been holding them down. And I love when I see a client who's come in and they look so horrible and then they look so brilliant. Some of us change so quickly. And so I used to get envious, like, oh my God, I've been working on myself for 12 years and I'm such a gradual. And then someone comes in and like 4 sessions and they're beaming. I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. But we're all unique and we're all on our our own soul's journey, and where we are is perfect and evolving. So it doesn't matter if you think you're supposed to be here, you're supposed to be where you are. So just love yourself, and anything that you're going through, just look at it as a neutral event. If you can't put a positive spin on something, then just make it neutral. So just don't make it bad. You don't want to put anything in a bad spin. So, you know, my car broke down, let's say, and now I'm pissed off and I'm be late. Well, you know what? So what? My car broke down. At least I had a car. At least I can call someone to help. At least I can go home to my warm house afterwards. So, I just didn't get in an accident, didn't hurt anyone, or I didn't get hurt. So, yeah, my car. So, I'm not going to say it's great that my car broke down, but I'm not going to say, oh, poor me, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to look at it as an event. Yeah, my car broke down. I'm dealing with it. Period. Leave it neutral. If you can't put a positive spin on something, just leave it neutral. You're doing a lot of good in a neutral state than putting on a negative. And then some people will talk about all this bad, 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 bad. Oh, but then this happened. Well, what you're really doing is you're just balancing. So that's why a lot of us live mediocre lives, because we say positive stuff, we say negative stuff, we say positive stuff, we say, so it just balances out to this, right? La la la. Now we know the people who say negative stuff and everything's doom and gloom, and that everything bad always happens to them because they're adding more negative energy in their life and they're calling for more negative things, and then all these bad things happen to them and this, but that's their reality, and they almost like get used to that story of theirs. And what would they be if they didn't have that story? So if you're a negative thinker, or and you're just kind of addicted to it, or you just can't stop, really look in and say, why am I doing this all the time? Why am I self-sabotaging this beautiful life I was given? It's a habit of thought, and you start to slowly break it. You start to put out more positive and less negative, and things will switch. And then there's others who've kind of gone to the other side where it's positive, 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 and they just fly and they feel great and they feel good. It's like, so play with it for yourself. Play with it. When I'm feeling down and gloomy and sorry for myself, how do I feel? Your body feels heavier, you eat less healthy, you're less active, all those things, because it's all related. But when I'm happy, my body feels good, I'm eating better, I'm having more exercise, I'm having more fun. So then you start to think, well, why would I do or talk and say anything negative? Now, sometimes when our body's hurt or something bad happens, we're going to fall into that because we're human. So I'll do it as well. And I go back to my silly ear. It's annoying. I guess so. For the last 2 days, I've had to say, I love you, ear. Whenever I think about it, saying, oh, it's so frustrating, I say, okay, ear, whatever you're doing, let's get out of this. Let's just move and shift and whatever. And if you need to stay that way for a little bit, fine. I'm just going to send you love. And I try to ignore it. But when you have an annoying pain in your body or stuff, it's there. It's in your face. So just try to make it neutral. Let it go and surrender it. Okay, so there are some things coming in. So as they come in, I'm going to drink some water, and then we're just going to make one last thing, and then we'll go into it. Now, before we go into the healing, I did want to say that I know I sent out a few crazy emails saying today's session was on Thursday, March 29th. And then I did this and this. I know I have like I'm running on like hyperness and I shouldn't. It's the funniest thing. I've tried to hire two social media people in the last little bit, and one seemed very excited and he never showed up. And then I met this brilliant young lady. She was so excited to do it. And then she never showed up. I'm like, okay, I have no idea. Me and social media don't get along that easily because I don't have time for it. I mean, not that I don't like it. I just don't have time. I'm with my kids and this and that. I have a lot on the go. So it's just funny because I'm trying to get someone. So I'm going to put it out there. It's maybe the right person hasn't come. So if the universe hears that I need a social media person, that would be great. And someone who loves this kind of stuff and can post and help me with emails. Because as you guys can see, I'm sending out emails late. I think I did last at 2 in the morning as I was up. And there's just it can't be great when you're this busy. So another before we start, just to let you know, there I do have that exciting news that I am opening up healing. Oh, the name hasn't been, I think it's going to be So Brilliant Healing Resort, something simple. And really, what does that mean? It's a place in the country. It's so pretty. It's got a beautiful energy to really just connect to yourself. So we're in the midst of renovations, and the renovations are going so super fast. We're actually ahead of schedule, which is kind of unheard of. Anytime I ask, like, this is why I know I'm following my heart, I'm following my inspiration, I'm just having fun doing this. But anything I ask for just kind of like shows up. I'm like, and I get told by people, well, you'll never get that because like this is like an 18-month wait. And then I go in and I get it delivered 3 days later. And I'm just like, by the grace of God, there is something magical in this universe. And I am so thankful and grateful for it. I am so grateful for everything that's happening. And there's this pull inside me that says, this is where I'm meant to be. So I'm just going to follow my heart and see where it goes. So I do have, and a lot of people have. I want to thank everyone who've done the survey. I have so many great ideas. I'm compiling it like in my sleep. There's all this stuff happening. Um, there was going to be open house on I think the 9th and 10th. The house is going to be ready, like it's going to be ready, but the weather's not cooperating and the property is so pretty that I want to be able to show it outside as well so people can actually get a feel for it, not just in the home. So we're just waiting for the weather to turn and asking Mother Nature to bring in spring for all of us. So I'll keep you posted on the open house dates that are coming. But I'd be honored if you guys would come check it out and give me your feedback. And if you fill out the survey, that would be great as well. It's in the emails. I'll send it along with this one as well. And just know that it is. I've always seen this property, and when I saw it, I knew it. And my son, who's in Florida, has been trying to get me to move to Florida. He says, "Mom, just leave that place and come to Florida. You'll love it." And there's just an anchor to stay here. And I said, I'm meant to be here at this time. And I would love to come visit you in Florida, but at this time, you're following your heart, and I'm following mine, and I miss him to death. But it's so bizarre. It's not like I can pick up my family and go, but I could if I wanted to. But I am just loving this. So someone just asked which son is in Florida. My older son decided to take some time off university because he wasn't feeling the love in it anymore. And he just followed his heart. And yeah, he ended up moving to Florida and he's working on a ship and he's in Bahamas and he doesn't know where he's going to end up. And, he's happiest I've ever seen him. Like he's a very melancholy kind of kid and he's so happy. So I said, it's because you're following the call of your heart. And, as a mom, of course, we miss him, but at the same time, like, I'm so proud of him because it's a big step. So, it's just stepping into that unknown and going there and grabbing it. And he said, just very quickly off the side here, he said, Mom, your kookiness has paid off because I've never been happier. And it's that call of your heart. So it's pretty neat just to watch, you know. And I try not to instill too much in my kids because, you know, I want them to formalize their own ideas. But they do hear and see me, and they always think I'm odd and say, when my friends are over, Mom, please keep your mouth shut. Just smile. Just don't talk. And then, you know, I just end up talking, and actually the kids like it, so it's okay. Well, their friends like it. My kids don't like it so much. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go through this list right here. I'm just going to look at it myself. Let me just see here. So we do have some special requests. I'm just gonna go through them, and if they were sent to everyone, I will read them aloud. Send out a special request as well to a client of mine whose dad is in the hospital with, you know, they're going to find out today what's happening with his liver. And, you know, sending a special request to him. I'm also sending special requests to a few other clients that are going through some serious things themselves, and I keep them in my prayers every day. Um, let's see. Um, okay, maybe I'm whispering. Okay, someone said my voice is decreasing, so I'm just gonna talk louder. Okay, it's probably me because I'm getting into that quieter mode. I'm not that I'm not excited. I'm just not as jumpy right now. Okay, so there are a lot of people suffering. So that list, we're gonna think of those people. If we didn't add it because we didn't want to, we can think of the other people that are in our lives that may be suffering, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is. We're just gonna send out compassionate action, meaning we're gonna think of those people and we're gonna say, we're here for you. Know that this light of God is with you. And we have the power to switch out of any situation with a knowing that we can, with belief. And I know a lot of these things that are happening to people are part of their growth and they're part of their experience. And I would never want to take away someone's growth. I've gone through, you know, the craziness and back, and I remember crying and being so sick and thinking I was going to die, but I came out of it, and it's almost a blessing that I went through it. So sometimes when we're going through these, our sicknesses are our biggest blessings, our biggest challenges are our biggest blessings. So we don't want to, you know, take away the lessons and the growth, but we want them to speed through it and get out of it in a positive way and take those learning lessons. We're not really meant to suffer on this planet. Like, it's not that God says you must suffer. That is not true. It's the dense energy on the planet that has caused the suffering that we're going through. So I say no more to suffering. Let's just take the lessons, say goodbye. Let's have healthy bodies, healthy minds, healthy emotions. But when people are in those situations, they can't see it from the outside that we can see it from. So what we can do is send them this love, send them that, like, picture, you know what, the one of the most powerful things you can do, instead of worrying about a loved one, you see them happy and thriving and doing brilliant. So that's what I do every morning. I line up everyone. I just see, if I know someone who's sick, I don't see them sick. I see them running and playing and walking with their kids. If I see someone who's like crying, like they're emotionally not well, well, I picture them laughing and thriving and being the happiest they've ever been. Because as you're pushing them into that, you're really like pushing them into that positive place. When we worry, and it's a natural thing to worry, we're actually not adding the best energy to the situation. So whatever we're thinking about, these people that are suffering, these people that are worried about test results, these people who are not feeling well or worried about a loved one, let's send them so much love. Let's send them so much love. Let's see them in their happy place. Let's see them happy and thriving in all areas of their life, because I know they can. So let's take a few deep breaths. And at this time, you can say and think whatever you want as you're sending the love to these people. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put them all in a bubble of love and light. And as we're doing this, you might notice that other people are popping into your head that you're thinking about, oh, this person needs help. Include them. That's okay. Even if they came in a little bit late, that's okay. You can include them, include them, include them, include them, include them, include them. Recently, I got a call from some lady, and she said, I'm looking for Brenda's prayer line. And I'm like, I don't have a prayer line. And I said, wait a second, are you wanting to talk to Brenda? She says, yeah, don't you have a prayer line? I said, no, not to say I have a prayer line. But I said, okay, what do you need? So we ended up talking and chatting a little bit. We were laughing at the end of it. And she didn't have internet service, so she can't join these calls. She didn't know how to. So, we prayed a little bit together and had a bit of a laugh in the same time. So I told her, if you ever need to, just give me a call, But she said, oh, I'll be fine. I just needed someone to talk to. But it's really cute. So I included her in there. And as you're doing this, you're going to include people that you're reminding. So we're going to move into the actual, we're going to bring all these people in to our healing today. And we're going to start to expand it into a global love fest. All right. I am not going to talk during it because I can't really tell my tone of my voice, and we're just going to play music and we're just going to send love. And again, if you said, oh, I forgot this person, add them in. Even if you forget at the end, add them in. They're going to get all of it. So don't worry. Don't ever just do it. And you can even just make a blanket statement. It's for everyone and anyone, and all, even those people I may have forgotten today. Animals of the planet, Mother Earth, this beautiful like galaxy universe we live in. Just send out that love, everyone. We're in this together, and it gets very magnified as we do this together. And anyone who's on that list, may you see beautiful results in your family members and friends and yourselves that are going through stuff here today. Okay, everyone. So I'm just going to start playing the music, and we'll go from here. I'm going to share it so it's more clear. Again, I am not going to talk during this. I'm just going to talk in my head. All right, everyone, here we go. Enjoy the love. Okay, everyone. Although I'm going to end the call, this energy is going to stay with you for the next 4 to 5 days. If you just want to stay in the Zen right now and have a peaceful sleep, feel free to do so. I'm just going to monitor the chat, but I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to play music for another few minutes and I'm just going to end it. All right. Thank you. And I know we all made a difference today in a lot of people's lives and all of yours as well. So thank you for joining me today. Beautiful. Thank you.